Trendsetters, it's bike check time here at the Mallory Swamp Classic. This is Todd's bike. That bike looks familiar. It's a Pivot Vault. Oh yeah, it's a bike I reviewed many years ago with a very early GRX Di2 group set. Raleigh Roker, arguably the most underrated bike ever. This bike is circa 2015, 2016. Big tire clearance, way ahead of its time. An amazing bike. I have one, but I don't ride it very much these days because I'm always reviewing bikes. Look at this, we have a Rondo. It's a Polish brand. That's a rare bike. Turner, Titanium no less. Have you met Mr. Turner, David Turner?
Yes, I have.
He's a nice bloke. One by drivetrain, and oh yeah, race face next crank set, very nice. This is Graham's bike. That's Graham right there. He's the organizer.
10-year-old Firefly. Can you believe it had 10 years?
A Firefly, which, well, back then was cutting edge. Now you look at the tire clearance and thinking, what is he smoking?
Squeeze it in there.
Samson Titanium, which is very unusual. Notice the top tube here swoops all the way down to the back end of the bike. Very reminiscent of a certain frame designer out of California whose name I won't mention. Curtis Inglis, okay? I did mention it. G'day Curtis if you're watching. Here we have a Cervelo. I reviewed it in an Aspero many years ago. I think this is the Gen 2 Aspero. And apparently it's UCI legal. You know the UCI, they can go, yeah, have a sandwich. Okay, we have a couple of retro bikes here. AKA cyclocross bikes, which are perfectly fine for this sort of riding. It's a Trek, what is it, a Boone? It's a Boone, yeah. Canty brakes. You know the thing about canty brakes, they work fantastically. And here's what's interesting. This is like a huge rotor. People forget about that. I have a cross bike, works just fine. And we have a Scott Addict CX bike. And this was the bike that started the revolution in Gainesville, Florida for going onto drop bars. We started off riding mountain bikes back in 2006, then some bought one of these out, kicked our ass, and we said, well, we're on the wrong bikes, obviously, and the rest is history. Here we have a Kona Major Jake. This is an interesting brand. I sincerely hope the brand is in business because they went to Sea Otter this year and they packed up just after they'd set up and sent everybody packing, so to speak.
I finally got this thing dialed.
Not a good sign. I wish the employees of Kona luck. Here we have an Alchemy Titanium. You do not see many Alchemies in this neck of the woods. They're based out of Golden, Colorado. I have a video linked below where you can check out how they are made. They also produce carbon in-house. Pretty sweet bikes. Something different and made in the USA. Here we have a very sweet Trek Boone. Not a checkpoint, a Boone, big difference. I have ridden a checkpoint, but not enough to say I reviewed one. But a nice bike nonetheless.
Thank you.
This is Dirk. Dirk, what's he got here? He's got a Motobecane.
Yep.
Now, this is a famous French brand. Now, unfortunately, it's no longer really French. It's, I don't know.
It's Bikes Direct.
Yeah, I call it Faker Bacane because it's not really a Motobecane, but that's okay. It's still a nice bike.
It's a decent frame.
Yeah, it's a decent frame. It's an open mold frame, but whatever. It's a fantastic frame. And notice the kinky coloured Panaracer Gravel King tyres.
And the upgrade wheel set.
Wow, you are spending some money these days. Good lad. Here, a Specialized. I think it's the only Specialized here today. This is a Crux. One by drivetrain. Very nice.
Gotta have the Panaracers. I tried other tires, they don't last as long.
And you know what? Chris is not even being paid to say that. This is possibly the most interesting bike here today. The brand is Priority. And it is, look at this, belt drive, Alfine, 11 speed. So it's mechanical. There is a Di2 version, that's quite rare. These shifters are branded Priority, but I think they might be by Micro Shift. We're just guessing, but either way, it's a pretty interesting bike with a ton of mounts. My favorite mount, the bento box mount, and of course the cow catcher mount down below. Belt drive, you don't see that too often. That is a pretty nice setup. And here we have a Trek Domane aluminium. This is the I think it's Gen 3. I did a review of the latest Domane aluminum, whatever you want to call it. That's linked in the description below. But look at that, 2x, see? 2x is the way to go, I think. But it has a nice livery, especially in the sunshine here today.
On dirt road and start heading south towards Mallory Swamp. There's a little bit of sand, a little bit of wash.